Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So I just want to do a video about how the Yale administration and Yale student body are elitist monsters, militantly racist, anti-white elitist monsters. And so this past weekend, I was defamed yet again in the Yale Daily News, and the Black Students for Disarmament at Yale cited me as the impetus for their movement and their call to not only defund but to actually abolish the Yale campus police, and not only to disarm them as well, but to defund them and actually to disband them, to disarm them, to abolish the Yale campus police. And so they cited me as the impetus for their movement. I am their main example of anti-Black racism at Yale, and I am their main example what ensued after I called the non-emergency helpline of the Yale campus police on May 8th, 2018 during the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale, which was black on white crime that was encouraged by the Yale campus police. So after I called them, what ensued, that is their main example of police brutality against Black and brown bodies at Yale. So this is all completely and totally ridiculous, and the Yale campus police and the Yale administration and Yale Daily News and the Yale student body all know this at this point. They all know that this is completely and totally asinine and ludicrous and ridiculous. They know that I'm the entirely innocent victim of the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale, which was black on white crime, which was encouraged by both the Yale administration and the Yale campus police, including Yale campus police chief Rennell Higgins. And so what's interesting about this, what's actually really super interesting about this, is that everyone knows at this point, everyone knows that this was a campaign to publicly shame me for my mental health disabilities, and that the video that Lolata Ciambola took on May 8, 2018 was the grossest violation of my privacy. Everyone knows that I had been terrorized in my isolated dorm room and stalked across campus for months, and that this was all stemming from a February 24th, 2018 incident during which I was the victim of harassment. And after which Lolata Ciambola and Jean-Louis Renison went to the Yale administration and falsely accused me of having perpetrated a racist hate crime comparable to a lynching. Now, why on earth would the Yale administration embrace such an obviously false accusation? Oh, because they'd been targeting me for years for expulsion for being unwoke, because in spring of 2015, I stood up for the federal civil rights, the religious expression rights of an evangelical Black man on Yale's campus who was our only person of color job candidate for a tenure-track assistant professor position. All of this is true, and everyone knows this at this point. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. I was targeted for years on Yale's campus by the elitist monsters who are the Yale administration and the Yale student body, targeted for years by these elitist monsters, these militantly racist and anti-white elitist monsters, targeted because I'm poor, targeted because I have mental health disabilities, targeted because I'm middle-aged, targeted because I'm a non-traditional student, targeted because they saw me as a poor white trash interloper who had infiltrated their inner elite woke circle and who had to be ousted from Yale's campus. That is what happened. That is what happened. The Yale student body, student government, the Yale Graduate Student Assembly actually created a committee with the express purpose, and they stated this in the Yale Daily News, of destroying my life and having me ousted from campus. That happened. In case you're wondering whether I'm telling the truth in telling you that the Yale administration, with the support of the Yale administration, in case you're wondering if I'm telling you the truth that the Yale administration and student body and police are militantly racist and anti-white elitist monsters. Elitist monsters. That's exactly right. And in July of 2018, Yale General Counsel admitted that there was absolutely no reason to think that I had ever acted out of racial animus or bias in any way, shape, or form, and they withdrew the racial component of the harassment charges against me. And then in August of 2018, Yale President Peter Salovey released a grossly false and defamatory public statement about me, which before my hearing, which precluded the possibility of me receiving any due process whatsoever. And he lied about me. He knew that I was suicidal. He knew that I was in hiding. He knew that I was getting thousands of death threats. He didn't care. He wanted me dead. They wanted me dead. The Yale administration and student body wanted me dead for being a poor white trash interloper who dared to stray a hair from woke intersectional feminism dogma. That is what happened. That is what happened. And Yale's Title VI review report is a farce, is the most grotesque farce. It is an exercise in them destroying the life of an innocent human and civil rights activist to cover up their own wrongdoing, their gross violations of my federal civil rights, and their complicity in the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale. The Yale administration and student body are elitist monsters. They hate poor people. They are militantly racist and anti-white. And they ousted me from Yale's campus for these reasons. And I want to make sure everyone knows that. And they continue to lie about me and defame me and place my life in the gravest danger. I'm having to go back into hiding again. I'm receiving death threats again. I'm being mobbed on Twitter again. And this is all because of Yale President Peter Salovey's disgusting lies. And I want the Black Students for Disarmament at Yale to know that Yale Campus Police Chief Ronnell Higgins actually agrees with them. His stated position before the Connecticut Freedom of Information Commission is that the Yale Campus Police would absolutely shoot and kill Black students at Yale. Now, my position before the Connecticut Freedom of Information Commission is that I was told repeatedly in spring of 2018, including by Yale Campus Police Chief Ronnell Higgins, that the Yale Campus Police is more or less campus security and that I could call them for any reason whatsoever at any time, even if I was unsure there was a problem. And I was also told this by Yale Campus Police Officer Grace Schenkel and a number of other persons, including Yale Provost Stephanie Spangler and Associate Provost Cynthia Smith, with whom I met a number of times during spring 2018 during the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale. So it is absolutely disgusting that the Yale student body president, Khalil Green, would write an op-ed that would be published in the Yale Daily News, and that the Yale Daily News would continue to publish disgusting lies about me that put my life in the gravest danger. And Khalil Green's entire campaign to become Yale student body president was basically the perpetuation of the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale. So of course he's going to try to keep up the ruse. Everyone knows at this point. Everyone knows it was a hate crime hoax. Everyone knows I'm the entirely innocent victim. And it is completely disgusting that they would continue trying to drive me to suicide to cover up their gross malfeasance. And I just want everyone to know that. I want the whole world to know that. And I'm going to get that Yale Campus Police body camera footage from May 8, 2018. And I'm going to get the internal Yale emails from my FERPA request that are going to show that the Yale administration and police were complicit in the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale, as well as a number of other entities. This isn't over. I'm never going to stop fighting for light and truth and justice. I'm going to have my PayPal, me, and GoFundMe links below. Please support me as I continue to fight for justice. I love you all so much. Have a great night. Bye.